Well.
Well.
Well, here we are.
We are, aren't we?
Yep, I should say we are.
Well.
Well, how does it feel to be an old married lady?
It's too soon to ask me that. At least, I mean, goodness, we've only been married about 3 hours, haven't we?
We have been married exactly 2 hours and 26 minutes.
Right. Seems like longer.
No, it's hardly 6:30 yet.
It seems like later. I guess it's because it starts getting dark so early.
It doesn't that. The nights are going to be pretty long from now on. I mean, well, it certainly does start getting dark early.
I didn't have any idea what time it was. I sort of got all mixed up. I sort of don't know where I am or what it's all about. You know, getting back from the church and then all those people and then changing all my clothes and then everybody throwing things and everything. And, oh goodness, I don't see how people do it every day.
Do what?
Get married. You think of them all over everywhere, getting married just as if it was nothing. Chinese people and everything, just as if it wasn't anything.
Oh, let's not think about people all over the world. Let's not worry about a bunch of Chinese. We've got something better to think about. I mean, well, what do we care about them?
I know. Only I got to thinking of them. All of them. All over everywhere, doing it all the time. At least, I mean, getting married, you know. Oh, well, it's sort of such a big thing to do. It makes you feel odd. You think of them, all doing it just as if it wasn't anything, and how does anyone know what's going to happen next?
Well, we don't have to worry. We know darn well what's going to happen next. I mean, well, we know it's going to be great. I mean, we know we're going to be happy, don't we?
Oh, of course. Only you start to think of them, and you sort of have to keep thinking. It makes you feel funny. An awful lot of people, they get married and they think everything's going to be great, and then things don't work out so well.
This is no way to start a honeymoon with all this thinking going on. I mean, look at us, all married and everything done. I mean, the wedding all done and all. I mean,
it was nice, wasn't it? Did you really like my veil?
You look great. It was great.
I'm terribly glad. Ellie and Louise looked lovely, didn't they? I'm terribly glad they did finally decide on pink. They looked perfectly lovely.
Listen, I want to tell you something. When I was standing up there in that church waiting for you to come down the aisle, and I saw those two bridesmaids, oh, I thought, I did not know Louise could look like that. I would have thought she would have found anyone's eye.
That's funny. Of course, you know, everyone thought her dress and hat were lovely, but an awful lot of people seem to think she looked tired. An awful lot of people have been saying that lately. I tell them that I think it's awfully rude of them to go around saying that about Louise. I tell them they've got to remember that she isn't so terribly young anymore. They've got to expect her to look like that. Louise can say she's 23 all she wants to. She's a great deal nearer 27.
She was certainly a knockout at the wedding. Boy.
I'm terribly glad you thought so. I'm glad someone did. How did you think Ellie looked?
I honestly didn't get a look at her.
Oh, really? You didn't get a look. Well, I certainly think that's too bad. Don't suppose I ought to say it about my own sister, but I never saw anyone look as beautiful as Ellie did today. And always so sweet and unselfish, too. And you didn't even notice her. But then you never notice Ellie anyway. Don't think I haven't seen it. Makes me feel just terrible. Makes me feel just awful that you don't like my own sister.
I do so like her. I'm crazy about Ellie. I think she's a great kid.
Don't think it makes any difference to Ellie. Ellie's got enough people crazy about her. Isn't anything to her whether you like her or not. Don't flatter yourself she cares. The only thing is, it's going to make it awfully hard on me you don't like her. That's the only thing. I keep thinking that when we get back to the apartment and everything, it's going to make it awfully hard on me that you don't want my entire family around. I know how you feel about my family. Don't think I haven't seen it. Only if you don't ever want to see them, that's your loss, not theirs. Don't flatter yourself.
What's all this talk about me not wanting your family around? You know how I feel about your family. I think your old lady. I think your mother is great. And Ellie. And your father. What is all this talk?
Well, I've seen it. Don't think I haven't. An awful lot of people, they get married and they think everything's going to be great, and then things all go to pieces because people don't like people's families or something like that. Don't tell me! I've seen it happen.
Honey, what is this? What are you getting all angry about? Honey, It's our honeymoon. Why are you trying to start a fight? I guess you're just nervous.
Me? What have I got to be nervous about? I mean, goodness, I am not nervous.
You know, honey, a lot of the time you say girls get nervous and kind of yippy on account of thinking about, well, what I mean to say is you don't look any too comfortable, honey. You want to take your hat off or something? Let's don't ever fight, will we?
I'm sorry I was cross. I guess I was feeling a little funny. All mixed up and I'm thinking of all those people all over everywhere. And then being sort of way off here. All alone with you. Oh, well, it's so sort of different. It's sort of such a big thing. You can't blame a person for thinking, can you? Yes, don't let's ever fight. We won't be like a whole lot of them. We won't fight or be nasty or anything. Will we?
You bet your life we won't.
I guess I will take the startled hat off. It kind of presses. Just put it on the back there for me, will you, dear? Do you like it, sweetheart?
Looks good on you.
No. I mean, do you really like it?
Well, I'll tell you. I know this is a new style and everything, and it's probably great. I don't know anything about women's hats or anything, but I kind of like that other type of hat you had, like that blue hat. Ah, gee, I like that hat.
Oh. Really? That's nice. That's funny. The first thing that you say to me after you get me all here, all the way from my family and everything, is that you don't like my hat. The first thing that you say to your wife is that you think she's a terrible taste in hats. That's nice, isn't it?
Oh, honey, nobody's saying.
What you don't seem to realize is that that hat cost $22. $22! And that horrible old blue thing you think you're so crazy about, that cost $3.95.
I don't give a darn what they cost. I just said I like your blue hat. I don't know anything about the new styles. Are we crazy about this?